I saw I see snake. Oh God. Hi everyone, welcome to another edition of the Big Brother Naija Lockdown Reunion Show, episode 11. And you know this is Mali Turks. Okay, so today Ebuka showed a video of the fight that happened between Nengi and Lucy, Nengi and Keisha, and asked what must have triggered, asked Nengi actually, what must have triggered her to react the way she did on both occasions. And Nengi said she can't really remember what happened between herself and Keisha, but it was about boiling water. And I'm like, something as little as that. That is so funny. And as for Lucy was trying to tell her how to do things, like how she should live her life in the house, and she felt like she can do whatever she wants. She's an adult. If she wants to follow guys, she can follow guys. And I'm like, yes, of course, you're an adult. Everybody is an adult in the house. And what is Lucy's business with you? Like, if you want to do anything, you should be able to do it. So why does she want to control you? Because I see it as control. Ebuka then asked Dora if she felt Nengi being flirty was a strategy in the house, and Dora said yes, that because she was with this guy today, she was with another guy today. First it was Ozo, then Prince, then at some point Trickity, and I'm like, Trickity, when? Me as a viewer, I didn't even realize Nengi was close to Trickity at some point. Anyways, I just knew Trickity was always calling her. Like they were always joking, like they were just being playful. I didn't see them as being close, like very close. And Dora was not like, at some point though, that it was kid wire. And I'm like, truly Nengi was everywhere. And she said she wouldn't take Kid's own seriously because Kid was always playing with everybody. Like he plays with people naturally. That so Ebuka asked about the formed impression Lucy. He asked Lucy about her formed impression about Nengi. Then Lucy was like, the issue was not Nengi being close to guys, like wanting to have guy friends. That the fact that the fact that Nengi was close to guys was not a issue, a business. Like, it's not an issue. But all she was trying to do was tell Nengi to stand alone. Like, must she be with a guy in the house, like, before she becomes relevant or something? She didn't say that, but according to how she expressed everything and how she said everything, I just felt okay. Maybe that was what she was trying to say, like Nengi. Maybe that was what she meant by Nengi standing alone. Like, she said she just wanted Nengi to stand alone, and I'm like, well, maybe she just wanted Nengi to be on her own, like her own self, without being attached to any guy in the game. But who knows? Whatever. Not them, their way. So at the end, they will shall sort things out. Then she said there was something Nengi had done before that fight, that Nengi, okay, she was in the toilet. Then maybe she was saying some things or something to herself or so, that Nengi now knocked the toilet door. That, hope you're not talking about me. Oh. That, so she was already boiling before that fight came up and everything, and everything just got escalated and they had the fight and all. And I'm like, for Nengi knocking at the door, that, hope you're not talking about me, that means before then there was an issue on ground. Before then, even before Nengi knocking at the toilet door, for Nengi to knock at the toilet door, maybe she heard some things which I can do as well. Like, when I hear this person said this about you, and the person, I'm hearing some conversations from afar, maybe passing through the toilet and everything. Oh no, hope you're not talking about me, because anything you want to say it to my face. I guess that was what happened. Then she said the old "don't touch me thing," that okay, while fighting with let me explain to those who are not really conversant with Big Brother, while having that fight, also went to her just to talk to her, like, so he was trying to hold her and everything, and she was like, don't touch me, you can't touch her, she likes being touched and all. So she's trying to explain that the "oh, don't touch me thing" came from a place where because came from the place where Nengi was always talking to guys, like, because Nengi likes being around guys, like, so she said Nengi is the one that likes playing with guys, so go and touch her. And I'm like, that's very, very childish, like, because auntie likes talking to guys, they are telling people to go and touch the person. This housemates won't kill me, sha. So Ebuka asked Praise why he was shocked that Neo and Prince nominated him, and he said he was shocked because himself, Neo and Prince were friends, and while he was in the house, like, they had conversations, they talked a lot, and he was shocked coming out to see that they nominated him. And also he was shocked seeing Nengi and Tolani as part of those that nominated him. That Tolani Badge said because they had an issue over rice, like a fight over rice, that was why she nominated him that particular day. And Nengi and also Ozo said they were threatened by him, that was why they nominated him. Then for Kid Wire, that he was expecting it because they were always fighting in the house. So but he could not understand Neo and Prince nominating him. So Neo now I said Neo. Ebuka asked Neo why he thought it was a good idea to nominate his guy, like someone that he calls his guy, when there were other people left in the house. And Neo said it was tricky that day. It was Tricky T, VeeVsWathoni, and Praise that were up for eviction, and he can never nominate V, because V is his person, his go-to person in that house, like, and his girlfriend, still his girlfriend now in the house. So, and after the show, they are still dating. So and Tricky T was like his third favorite person. After V, it was Praise, then Tricky T, and he felt people had Praises back in the house, like people had his Praise back in the house, so that they were going to definitely save Praise. And so he decided to help Tricky T because Tricky T needed his help more. And I'm like, can this guy hear himself while talking? Like, just say you saw him as a threat or something and let things go. But you beating around the bush, doesn't make sense. Why would you say because you felt people will save Praise in the house? Like, why did you feel as in why can't you save him? That's just it. And I like what Ebuka said next. Ebuka said, if you put it that way, that means Praise was not important enough. And I was expecting Uncle Neo to say, yes, it wasn't important enough. But he was still trying to explain it, and people liked Praise. So at last, he had to admit that Praise was not important enough. He finally agreed. And I'm like, next. So Ebuka asked Prince if he thinks it is okay to be angry over nominations, especially if your guy nominated you. So Prince said, of course, I would get angry, especially if I if I am close to that person, or if he trusts or trusted that person while in the house, and the person nominated him, that he would be really angry. And he said Neo doesn't have anybody's back in that house. That when he got out, he saw some videos, and he said, especially a video he saw about Neo talking to Big Brother in the diary room and telling Big Brother that he felt what's his name? He felt Prince was faking tears, and he faked the story about his father while in the house, and that he really got angry when he saw that video. Like, he was like, he doesn't understand why Neil felt he was faking the whole story and everything. And Ebuka asked that, did you discuss the whole issue with him while you guys left the house? And he said Prince said he never spoke to him about it because he felt there is no need. He wanted to speak, that Neo wanted to speak to him about the issue, but that he didn't give Neo the room to speak to him about it because he felt there is no need. You said what you said already. And I'm like, this Neo self, why would you say that kind of thing? Like, you feel someone is faking it because the person is crying, like, or you feel it's a fake story he said about his father. Like, why would you feel that day? There was this task that Big Brother gave them that day, that they should talk about their family. Almost all of them were emotional. We were seeing men crying, and nobody actually came out on social media to say, and this one fake, this. No. It's their story. They can tell it anyhow they like it. So Neil was now trying to explain that that I don't judge people from their own story. Big Brother asked me if I felt someone was faking, and I never said he was faking. I only said I felt he was faking. And again, Uncle Neo, do you hear yourself when you talk? You never said he was faking, but you felt he was faking. Like, now the same thing you still they talk now. Say they fake now, fake. So Ebuka was like, no, Big Brother asked who was faking, and you said Prince was the one faking the whole story. And what made you think he was faking? And why are you so offended that you took it up to remember to say he was faking? That, remember, this is his father. So if he says his father leg is bent, it is bent. This is his father. Whatever he says is as in, you just have to follow it. You are not a member of his family. So Neil said, I understand that he cried. Ebuka now said, but everyone else cried. Everyone else there cried. We saw men crying that day. So what are you trying to say? Neil said, I thought he was a hard guy, so he shouldn't cry. So because he was crying, he didn't further explain the way I'm explaining, but he just said I felt he was a hard guy. So, and he wasn't meant to cry. So I was like, So because a guy is forming a mad doesn't mean he shouldn't show emotions. There are a lot of guys out there that cry. Yes, they cry. That doesn't make them a weaker person. They just have to let that part go. So they have to let out their tears, and once they are done, they are better. Like, they feel better. So you don't have to say because he cried, so he's fake. You get problem going. But I know V loves him, and V would know how to handle him. So Ebuka said, asked Neo that when did you reach out to him? Like, because while Neo was trying to explain to, he said at some point he tried to apologize, and Prince wasn't giving him that room and everything. So Ebuka asked him that, when did you reach out? So Neo was like, that outside the house. Prince said, you didn't try. That if he can remember, Neo didn't try reaching out. he didn't apologize per se. At the finally, like at the finals, like the grand finale, that he could remember him saying it in the bus that that we are out of the house now. For those of you who said things about me and behind my back, keep that same energy. So that, especially if you were my friend in the house, keep it up. And as in, especially if you were my friend in the house, like if you said something behind my back and you were supposed to be my friend in the house, keep that same energy up. And he saw a lot of people's reactions that day. And on Brighto's birthday, he called, as in Neo called him on the at the hallway, and that things happen for us, as in why we were in the competition, that if you have anything after this show, you can carry me along. That felt fake, like you trying to use me again. Like in the house we were friends and you did those kind of things, and now yeah now telling me that if I have things, I should call you, I should carry you along. Like you're trying to repeat the same thing you did to me in the house. That was how it felt, because everything that happened in the house, he was his friend in the house, and so he doesn't trust Neo anymore. So he would just let Neo be and everything. So Neo said that those were not his exact words. That he just said, guys, things happen for that house. That so may we just let things go. You know his pidgin English thingy, and that the only thing he didn't say was that he was sorry about what he said about his father. That he was trying to say it too, but he forgot. He should have said some things. Then Neo Prince was not like, no, those were not your exact words. That you are actually lying to think that I called you a brother while in the house. Then Neo was like, I know he's a very, like, Prince is a very competitive person and he won't give me room to apologize. That is why that is why he said that's why he said, my guy, things happen for that house. May we just forget everything. That because he knew that Prince wasn't going to give him any room. So Ebuka now asked V what she thought about the whole Prince Neo situation. V said she thinks Prince's anger was warranted, like speaking from his father's perspective, like that was too far, and she feels Neo needs to apologize, and everybody should move on afterwards. And she said she never knew about the whole Neo and Prince thing, but the praise zone that she knew about, that she was even shouting about it, like, and she was pissed that why would you do that, like why would you nominate Praise, like when she knew about it, she really parried for him. So Ebuka was like, I like that about V. Yeah, she was honest, because most ladies would have been biased when while trying to talk, like they want to take their boyfriend's side, but she said what she said, and she said the truth. So kudos to her. So V said Ebuka now asked that, would you say he was a snake in the house, or he was just a sly guy? Like, so V was like, calling him a snake is an extreme word, that he was just a sly guy in the house, especially if Prince says he took him as a brother and they have a good rapport. That Neo was just a sly guy. So Tricky T said that he feels, or if he feels that Neo should apologize properly. Like, just say it, I'm sorry for what I said about your father. Not that you should be saying, guy, things happen for that. Is that an apology? Ha! So and he should say what he said with his full chest, that okay, I said this thing and I am sorry. And that's what I have been saying since day one of this show. Neo needs to be accepting things with his full chest. Yes, Otilomoso, yes, it has gone. I said it. It's in the past. So Ebuka said if his story is true, if Neo's story is true, and in fact Praise would have been saved that day, that why did you scream? Like, why did he scream after Praise left? And he was asking Tricky T again that does he think Neo shouting, as in Neo screaming, or Neo screams was real? Like, because he screamed when Praise left. And Tricky T said, of course, it can be real. Like, what, as in his Neo screaming might have been real, as in that day Praise left, because maybe at some point he had felt people would save Praise truly. So his him screaming must have been real. Then Praise said that Neo came to meet him after the show, that he should forget everything that has happened in the house, that actually he walked up to him after he left the stage the final day, and but he doesn't think Neo remembered that further conversation, because if that it left to him, everybody cannot remember all they said in the house. That he himself, he can't remember most conversations in the house. So Neo should just admit saying everything and just apologize properly and let things go. Neo said there is no time for him to talk about the father's conversation that he actually remembered, but he had called him twice after the show, that he had called Prince twice after the show, but he didn't pick up. And then Moses said, also now trying to put his own take on the whole situation, said nominating housemates is like killing your family member. So Neo should have apologized for what he said about Prince, that but the Neo that he knows will literally just tell you, make we ex, things will happen for us that time, make we just ex them. That is his own way of apologizing. And truly, if you know Neo very well, that is his way of apologizing. He will just say, make we ex and make you do this. But it's not everybody that will accept that as an apology. You need to apologize to people properly at some point, even if that is you, that is how you need to communicate well. Yeah, that's the word. You need to communicate well with people, like tell them, okay, I am sorry. Use that word, I am sorry. Don't use maybe exam. No, that is not an apology. So Neo said Prince didn't give him that edge to apologize, and Prince said he felt Neo was his friend, and it seems as if Neo was trying to get back to his good graces because of what he can get from him, and that he never saw his calls, that if he wasn't picking calls, Neo should have sent a chat or something, but he never saw Neo's call. Then Ebuka said, asked Neo, did you chat with him? Like, did you chat him up after him not picking your calls? And he said he didn't. So Ebuka now asked Prince that where are we now regarding himself and Neo? And he said, Neo is not my friend and I don't care. And I'm like, oh girl. After the whole issue with Neo and Prince and their old basketballs, Ebuka showed a video of Wathoni and V fighting, and V shouting at the top of her voice, "This is what mad people do." And Ebuka asked V, what is it though that mad people do? And V tried to explain that if it's about this whole bed thing, it shouldn't have happened. Like, it's too small to have caused that kind of quarrel. And she can remember telling T-Badge to tell Wathoni to move her things so that to another bed so that she wouldn't be disturbing Watoni when she wants to take something like from her own space. Then V said she got triggered because of the conversation that kept coming. Like, people now started coming to meet her. Any little thing, you and Watoni, what's happening? Kinikon. That was what triggered her. Like, she just got angry. Like, why are people coming to meet her? It was getting too much repetition, and she hates repeating herself. Like, I don't have an issue with, like, she doesn't have an issue with Watoni refusing, but that Watoni was just refusing to understand her. Like, Watoni refused to understand her. She keeps saying the same thing over and over again. That the issue, now that she thinks about it, might have been because of Prince. The whole Prince issue, like, for what, as in Watoni behaving the way she behaved, it might have been because of Prince. So Ebuka was like, how did you think that you got caught up in the whole issue? V was asking V. V was not like, it was because I was still cool with Tonani Badge, and truly she was still cool with Tonani Badge at that point. And so Watoni felt she was taking sides with Tonani Badge. So Ebuka asked Watoni, so you feel it's because of Prince, V and T-Badge were reacting that way? And she said yes, that she thinks it was because of Prince. So T-Badge said the whole bad thing didn't have anything to do with Prince, that they should not get it twisted. So Tricky said the bed was trivial to cause issues. Like, it was too trivial to cause issues. And he sees Prince thing in the mix, like the mix of the old drama. Then he said he told T-Badge that Watoni is not a threat at all when it comes to Prince. Like, Prince is not into Watoni at all. Then T-Badge said it was not because of Prince, but she wanted Watoni to be comfortable, and if she wanted to be in the room of love, she should have just claimed a bed space instead of going to go start causing fight over bed issues. And so after this, a fan question came up for Lucy, if she felt out of place at certain times in the house. And Lucy said she never felt out of place, and she only felt some sort of dislikes while in the house at some point, and she might have overreacted in some situations. So that will be all for day 11. We hope that you enjoyed our gist, our shinkling gist. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and make a comment. See you all for day 12. Take care and have a good evening. Sorry about the old darkness and everything. We couldn't record during the day. I hope to bring out better videos for day 12. Take care. See ya.